Okay, well today we're dealing with garlic, and more importantly, elephant garlic. So, I don't know if you know much about elephant garlic. It's really cool stuff. It's huge. Yes, it's a leek. Everybody will tell you that. But it's really impressive stuff. The fact that this is just one chunk of a clove, and 4 or 6 of these can make one clump. Now, we picked up this elephant garlic. We ordered it online, and this stuff came in February. Problem is, you're supposed to plant garlic in October. So we took a chance and we planted it, and we knew we weren't going to get much. But what happens is when you plant this, it takes this single clove and it turns it into these. So now we have an individual bulb, which will now grow when we planted it in October, and should split easily and turn into multiple ones of these for next year. So we lucked out, we took a chance, we planted a whole bunch, and well, we saved some. So what happened, we didn't want to plant everything we had in case this didn't work, and let's take a chance. So we saved some of the seed that we got. Reason being, this one here, dried up, pruned up, is probably not going to grow, and we'll keep that separate so it doesn't contaminate the rest of these. Now, storing these can be a little tricky. I have kept these in my closet because I figure it's relatively dark, it's relatively dry, low humidity, it never sees much light, and it's probably just the perfect place to keep this stuff, as opposed to down in a basement and it's dank and dark. It might start to grow, and if it's moist. So save these. Hopefully they will now make it to October. I mean, we're just about to hit August, and hence why these are done. We did plant a bunch of these up on our land, and that's where we got these. I'll show you a video here of plowing the land and taking care of that, and we wanted to turn some of these into something else. Cool perk of that and planting all those is we got these other little guys here. Now these are called corms. These grow off the sides of these bulbs. These are basically garlic seeds. They will take several years to get bigger, well, at least a few, but they will grow into future garlic. So by planting these seed, we were able to produce a bulb, which is pretty impressive. I mean, there's your result. You plant this, and we got this after 1 year planting in the wrong time. So it did work. Now, let's check this out. These are ready to go. Now, this is kind of how you can tell that your garlic is done. The bottom leaves are dead. It's falling over. There's still a little green left. It's taking every bit of nutrient it has and putting it down in there. So these ones were planted late. I mean, those ones went in the beginning of middle March. As soon as we could get into the soil when it wasn't frozen. These were probably in May almost that these went in. Late April. So we don't want to pull from there. Let's dig down and check this out. Wow, that's actually kind of cool. Wow. Oh, man. That's cool looking. This is definitely our biggest bulb. I believe it's growing right here in the sun, sitting on this deck. Wow. So you want to dig down under and grab the roots and pull it from below. That is cool. And this is why elephant garlic is known as elephant garlic, because it's humongous. Wow. So now, this is the clove to plant. I mean, this is just a single bulb in my hand. And now this will split and turn into a bunch of these guys next year. So we're going to take and we're going to hang this and let this dry. And we'll dig up these other ones. I'm sure these other ones are going to be a lot smaller. And now the bigger the clove, the bigger the garlic's going to be. This was all one clove that we planted in here. So we turned one bulb, which had 4 cloves, into now 4 individual bulbs. That is so cool. And you can tell it's just right. It's got the skin going on the outside. Let that sit. And let's see what this one here is. Now this is just a pot of whatever soil, nothing magical. Oh wow. This little guy here has this tiny little stem, but I can see quite a bulb on him. That's still a really nice bulb. Look at that. That is awesome. Wow. Wow, I'm just shocked by this. I can't believe how nice this piece is there. That's cool. Definitely the best one of the season, and grew right here on the deck, so go figure. Granted, our soil wasn't anything too magical. It was the first time really getting this stuff out, putting it in the soil. We can do more, and we're planning on doing more. We want to grow as much garlic as we can because, hey, why not? It's the perfect crop and commodity to be selling and to be working. Now, we also have this other garlic in here. And I've been growing this stuff in the family for, oh my God, like 40 years. And this is some vicious little garlic. It's probably the purple stripe stuff. Either that or it's the Rock'em Bowls. One of those. And man, it's got a hot, zingy flavor to it. Really good. I like to call it mountain garlic almost because it grows here. And I mean, I'm kind of surrounded by trees. There's a little light that comes through the trees here, but overall the garden doesn't get a whole lot of sun in this spot where we grow this. And I'm going to move a bunch of these bulbs up to the other spot and see what we can turn them into. They're just thrown in here. Kind of neat to add other garlic. But like I said, these corms, to get this many little seeds off of this garlic, then we wouldn't have got these if we didn't plant this. So yes, your garlic's not going to turn into very much by growing in the season. Granted, we're going from this to this, and it's going to multiply from there easily and quickly because it's already got a head start. But now we have all these seeds, corms, to plant. And we'll propagate these in their own separate beds so we can know what's what. But man, I'm blown away by this. That is so cool. Now we have to dry it and wait till, you know, the weather gets right so we can plant again in October around this neck of the woods here up in Pennsylvania. Would probably be a good time. And they'll spring up and grow a little bit. And they'll winter over just fine. You want to mulch them a little bit with some leaves or whatever else you can come up with. They're high feeders, so the more nutrients you can give them, the better. And God, everybody loves garlic. You can't go wrong with it. And glad, luckily, we only ended up with one of these that I think turned out to be kind of a dud. And I was more nervous. You know, you buy all this stuff. It's not cheap. It was 10 bucks a pound to buy this stuff. So that was old pricing. Who knows nowadays? God, I can only imagine what it goes for. Well, when you're starting at 10 bucks a pound to buy in, you don't want to see any of this go to waste. So we were trying to store it right and make sure it works. And now, okay, yeah, the stuff that we got in February is going to hold out and make it until we can plant it. Yeah, this is still looking good in October. And now this is definitely good to go. You can tell these are nice, solid. You want to leave the outsides on? Here's one here that doesn't have it on it. And this is not going to be protected very well. There's a good chance this one won't even germinate and go by the time it gets planted. We'll see. It's a weirdo freak, but yeah, this is perfectly set. All our plants that were up at the land, they didn't look like this when we got to them. When we got to them, there was almost nothing left at a stalk, and it was like, oh boy, we should have dug these up already. And these are, they were a little tricky to find, but they're in there. I'm sure we've missed a couple of them. But they would have been preserved and ready to pop up again in the spring. However, we're going to dig them up and move them and make a new, nice, good new bed for them. And I can't wait to see what we can turn this into. Because if we can multiply this, if each one of these will turn into 4 or 6 of these, well, then we have a whole lot more garlic to go and start again and just keep it doing that year after year. And then all of a sudden we have too much. We can start selling it. So, everybody loves garlic. Get into it. And this is elephant garlic. It's awesome stuff. And to see that you're growing something that big, everybody's going to love. I mean, you walked into a farmer's market and saw that garlic, you'd be like, heck yeah, I want that. Perfect. So I hope you learned something about garlic here. Make sure you like and subscribe. Mr. Brian's Amazing World. Check out our other videos. We've got a whole lot of really cool stuff going on. All kinds. I'm sure there's a lot of different things for you. But you have a great day.